Most channels out there don't talk about tech news. Well, that's just not us. We do things a little differently around here.
Pretty quirky.
We like to have fun here. The entire PC gaming industry experienced a level 69 earthquake today with the news that EVGA is cutting off business ties with Nvidia after producing video cards exclusively for Team Green, and if the reporting on this is accurate, being treated like shit in the process.
EVGA is no longer going to be doing business with Nvidia.
Jay's 2 Cents and Gamers Nexus broke the story after hours-long interviews with EVGA CEO Andrew Han and others who claimed that Nvidia would withhold drivers, basic details, and even the cost of GPUs prior to making on-stage announcements. They would try to control EVGA's design process, and they would price down Founders Edition cards, forcing board partners to sell high-end cards at a loss. These are claims that have been heard from other board manufacturers in the past. An anonymous Nvidia employee apparently said that Jensen has dreams of vertically integrating like Apple, the best company in the world.
We should all try.
That's probably why they tried to buy ARM. Still, despite 78% of EVGA's revenue coming from video cards, the company says they're not partnering with AMD or Intel instead. They're done making video cards altogether. That's so ballsy.
Yeah, well,
Suicidal.
that's one word for it.
The company will continue to sell the rest of their current RTX 30 series inventory. They will support warranties for existing purchases, and they're not laying anyone off. Kind of hard to keep working as a GPU cooler designer with no GPUs, but the world is a crazy, crazy place.
I mean, technology is advancing.
Life finds a way. Intel is also terminating something today, their Pentium and Celeron branding. That's right. I'm sorry, Weird Al. It's not all about the Pentiums anymore. I don't even get that Weird Al reference, and I know my Weird Al. Intel says the decision will affect their notebook product stack, where Pentiums and Celerons will be replaced by a new line of Intel processors called Intel Processor. That's right, Intel made a brand name out of a product category. They did a reverse Kleenex.
What?
Is that legal?
It's the first time.
Intel doesn't specifically say that they're killing off the brands for desktop PCs, but they did say that they're not planning on making any new desktop parts in this segment anytime soon. And they also apparently haven't planned how people will deal with the confusion of having a subset of all Intel processors branded as Intel processors, because Intel Core processors aren't Intel Core processors.
Yeah.
It's a lot to process. Process?
I'm processing.
And YouTube is enduring complaints from users who were forced to sit through anywhere from 5 to 11 ads, many of them unskippable, in order to watch a video. But think about how much they enjoyed that video when those ads were done, right?
Good.
When a viewer complained, the YouTube rep on Twitter seemed surprised and said, "This may happen with bumper ads that are only 6 seconds long." But the company later told PC Mag that this was part of a small experiment that showed viewers a bunch of ads at the beginning of a longer video rather than spacing them out, and that the experiment is now concluded. The results are still being processed, but I can say preliminary impressions seem to indicate that this was probably an effective marketing push for YouTube Premium and an even stronger one for AdBlock.
Oh, didn't see that coming.
How much will they tolerate?
That's piracy.
Now it's time for the quick bits brought to you by the Anker Nano 3, the portable and powerful charger for all your Apple devices and even devices from other companies. Just don't tell Tim. It charges up to 30 watts and is 70% smaller than Apple's official equivalent, and so you can take it on the go. Their Active Shield 2.0 monitors your device's temperature over 3 million times a day, keeping you and your phone safe. So if you're already picking up an iPhone 14 today, why not pick up a Nano 3 as well? There's no charger in the box. Huh? Quick bits make me lose my mind, and that's why this part of the video never makes sense.
Never makes sense.
Up in here? Uber reportedly suffered a data breach significantly worse than the one back in 2016. This time, the company's entire network may have been accessed by an 18-year-old hacker who tricked an employee into giving him an admin password. Social engineering.
We've all done it.
It's still not clear just how much data was compromised or what the impact will be, but according to analysts, it looks bad. We might have to go back to using regular taxis.
What?
That kind of bad. Or just picking up our own food.
No other way.
What, do I have to like kill it too? TikTok has had enough of other companies copying their format. The platform just announced TikTok Now, which clones the signature move of the growing social app BeReal, which invites users to take a photo simultaneously from their front and back camera at a random time every day. I guess TikTok figured that it's time to play the same game as those that wronged it. But doesn't it realize that by doing the same to BeReal, it's simply perpetuating the cycle of violence onto new, impressionable, and social apps? Make it stop. Break the cycle. Stay inside, play games instead. AI company Adept? Showed off their new Action Transformer, or Act 1, a model that can be instructed to perform a number of actions in web apps just like a human would. A published demo shows the AI being told, "Find me a house in Houston that works for a family of 4. My budget is $600K. And then doing that on redfin.com, along with a bunch of other multi-stage tasks on Google Sheets, Craigslist, and Wikipedia. It wasn't told to do that other stuff. It just went a little wild. It takes initiative. It's got some kinks to work out.
Pretty quirky.
After hyping up the PSVR 2 by giving the press hands-on impressions, Sony has brought the hype back down by confirming the new headset cannot play PSVR 1 games because PSVR 2 is designed to deliver a truly next-gen VR experience.
That makes sense.
It's next-gen. Which makes sense. That's also why no console ever supports playing games from older consoles, right? Especially not PS3.
Never happened.
Hopefully someone can use this newly discovered unpatchable exploit on the PS4 and PS5 to get older PSVR games running on the new hardware. Sony can't figure it out. They need some help.
Help them out, guys.
Help them out, you guys. And Digital Foundry has analyzed that Halo Infinite glitch that allows players to get split-screen co-op running and found it runs perfectly fine on Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and the Xbox One. This makes Microsoft's decision to officially cancel the feature even more confusing and infuriating. Hopefully, Microsoft will shed some light on this issue, and it'll turn out that if they release the feature, Master Chief would refuse to be in any more Halos, a real explanation.
Bacteria.
He keeps blowing them up, they keep showing up. Enough's enough already.
They're like rabbits.
Cortana, are you coming with me? Who's coming with me? And that's enough for this episode. Come back on Monday for more tech news, less James, more Riley, unless you want to take your chances with another channel. Good luck.
Yeah, right. Tech news?
Who's coming with me?